Gentlemen, three Ravens and a Steeler. Had a couple family issues going on. Had to take a couple weeks off, but we're back for some more stuff. And we're going to get this show started off because right now, one of the hot topics in sports is the baseball salary cap. Now, whether you're for it or for against it, the understanding I have is by listening to everyone and doing a little bit of research on my own that the sides are really far apart.
Yes.
Now I know where I stand with it. And I try not to be conflicted with an opinion,
Hmm.
but I find myself straddling this fence a little bit, and I don't like that. I like to be polarizing with my decisions.
Right.
Where are you with the baseball salary cap?
Okay. Um, First of all, they're both greedy, both sides,
Right.
right?
Okay.
It's not too many people who would disagree with that.
Right.
I understand the owners are making a lot of money, a lot of money. The players are complaining because the owners make so much.
Right.
Last time I checked, they do kind of own the teams.
Right.
All right. Um, at some point, Neil, at some point, the players' salaries have to kind of, if you give Juan Soto $750 million, okay, at some point, you can't give a player $1 billion. You know, it
Right.
it has to, you know, uh, you, you know, um, the players are so arrogant. You can tell they have the best union in sports. Oh, we insist there'll never be a salary cap. Okay, so they want to sit out all of next year.
Is that
They
how
can
they sound it? Is
they,
that how
they,
they
they
sound?
can certainly afford it. They can remember this is the sport that canceled a World Series. Can you imagine the NFL canceling the Super Bowl?
They will riot in the streets. And you know who'll be right behind them? The business owners who rely on the regular season to support their business. My understanding that businesses who rely on a 4 month regular season, it's able to fund paying employees for the other 8 months.
So I understand basketball has their issues. Football. Look, instead of canceling, football is adding regular season games. So this is really getting,
So NFL is your example of a salary cap that works.
and maybe that's not a good example because their union is so poor.
Hmm.
That maybe a better example is basketball, but but for for them to be talking about sitting out a season,
That's
billionaires
absurd.
versus millionaires.
That's absurd.
Something else I heard not too long ago that really bothered me. I'm listening to Manny Machado and your boy Bryce too, Bryce Harper.
Hmm.
They almost sound like they were they love what the Dodgers are doing. They think that's good for them. The players just keep getting more. Manny's got a 300 something $1 million contract, and so does Bryce Harper. Now, apparently, they can't get by on $300 million. Um, um, everybody's looking
I
at what
love the
Soto.
sarcasm. It's ridiculous.
Everybody's looking at what Soto got. Okay, good for him. The Mets were
Hmm.
stupid. They
You
gave
know
him
I'm
more
all
money.
for the player getting paid. We've been over this.
Yeah, I don't mind him getting paid, but
Right.
they missed the playoffs last year with
Right.
his 700. They're going to miss the playoffs this year.
And they did worse this year, actually. They didn't do
And
better.
you have to protect the owners from themselves. They're the ones that gave them the contract.
Right.
So I've been on my soapbox long enough. I'm gonna get you to chime in.
Here's my issue. Well, you so sarcastic. Well, that'll never leave you. Minimum wage is 200 million, Eddie. um, here's my issue. Why I feel we need one. Then maybe I'll tap onto why I think we should. For me, I think the salary cap should be implemented not for the players, but because of the owners.
Okay.
You have owners like the owner of the Oakland A's, last name Fisher, John Fisher, David
Mhm.
Fisher. He isn't just one of the worst owners in baseball, he's one of the worst owners in sports.
Mhm.
He's already operating like he has one.
Right.
Instead of the NFL implemented after the cap a salary floor.
Right.
That's what baseball should be interested in.
Mm-hmm. I was
Make
going to get into that.
Fisher. I didn't mean to cut into your
Mm-hmm.
airtime.
No, I was on that soapbox long enough.
I got you. Make Fisher spend a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
Forget because he's not gonna get here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a couple owners that look. I'm watching Locked On Yankees. I hate to say it, but I watch Locked On series from our opponent, our arch rivals. Locked On Yankees, Blue Jays, Rays, and Red Sox. And they had a show talking about how much money the owner of the Dodgers, the Guggenheim Group, and Al Steinbrenner, how much they cleared. They're not hurting for nothing, Eddie. Believe me, they're not hurting at all. So I say that to say, if baseball continues to get popular and the popularity for baseball is going up, it's a slight tick. It's not NFL. But popularity of baseball is going up, Ed. You can't deny it. So if it continues to go up, that means the owners are going to make more, and then the players are going to make more. That's just the natural evolution of everything. When a company does well, employees make more money. So I feel we should go ahead and implement it, because also, not to be a selfish little jerk, but I think it'll help our board.
It would help us.
Who don't have the pockets the Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, and the Yankees have.
Right.
I keep harping on this. The Orioles were ready to spend almost $200 million on a frontline ace. They had it, wanted to give it, and nobody wanted to come.
Nobody wanted.
So we would have reached the salary floor for 2026.
That's interesting what you're saying. Teams like the Orioles, who spent more this year, the Cubs have been spending. We see what Toronto did last year, and they made it to the World Series. The San Francisco Giants, those teams are trying, and the Phillies, but nobody can spend what the Dodgers are doing. Nobody can do that.
Well, here's the thing. The only teams that can spend what the Dodgers aren't as successful as the Dodgers.
Right.
That's the issue. The owner of the Mets, I think his last name is Cohen. He's so rich. Don't you know how you look in our level of salary? We'll look at someone and be like, "Oh man, that dude got money." The Mets owner is the owner. Other baseball owners look at it and be like, "Oh, he got money."
Right.
He got it. And look at them; they're terrible. Kicking the ball all around the infield. Just because you got money doesn't mean you got the right people in place to go win. It's ridiculous. So I think there are about 4, maybe 5 franchises who got Dodgers money. They just don't probably care about baseball.
Okay, that's a fair point.
That's a separate issue.
That's right. Now, let me just say this, because we do have some other topics to get to.
We got time. We good.
You know who's gonna win this battle?
No, who? Hit me
the
up.
players. The players. It's not going to be a salary cap, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
First of all, obviously the Dodgers don't want it for obvious reasons. They can say what they want.
Well, Jerry Jones didn't want it.
Jerry Jones didn't want it. No, but once again, that's not a good example, because the NFL runs their league correctly. So the NFL, they know who's in charge. The players don't run the NFL. Mahomes, people can say what they want about Mahomes. He could retire today.
Right.
What you think's going to happen to the NFL?
They're going to keep surging.
But what's the commissioner for the NBA? What's his name?
You
know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, the skinny dude, the big glass.
He constantly kisses Draymond's behind, kisses LeBron's behind.
Adam Silver.
Yeah. Roger Goodell's not kissing. Now, Goodell kisses the owners behind, but he don't kiss any players behind. So they make it clear. So football is not a good example.
Okay, fair enough.
The baseball players, you can hear the arrogance, even in somebody like Paul Skeens that just got to the league. Right. And he talking about, we never going to have. Who you think you are? You can't even touch. You can't even touch triple digits anymore. His arm is
It's
starting.
not about that. Skeens is still a good pitcher. You don't have to touch
Yeah,
digits.
yeah, he's still good, but pump your brakes there, but don't
A
be
little bit.
acting like you calling any shots here, like you put in 5 to 10 years in the league. So
Right.
anyway, back to why I think the players are going to win this. You have the Dodgers and teams like that don't want one. And then you just made a good point about some of these cheap owners. The Athletics, the Cincinnati Reds, the Pirates. Oh boy, your boy Mark Madden is so hard on the Pirates for being cheap.
I hear you.
Those teams don't want a salary cap because if they had one, not only do you have the cap to prevent the Dodgers, but once again, like you said, you have that floor and you have to spend up to right now. The Pirates aren't spending anywhere near
Yeah,
what a proposed floor would be.
right. The only issue with that, they won't implement both at the same time. The cap
They
comes
will.
first, and the floor comes later. The NFL implemented the floor a little later after the. Yeah, I
You
don't think
sure about that?
I'm almost positive, Ed.
No, I know what football did, but once again,
Oh,
football is different. Football is just like a job. Man, you go to a job. The players are employees. People like LeBron and Shohei Ohtani, I would have called them an employee, they would have a fit. They would physically assault me. Mio, that's what they are. They employees.
just
Why would
because
you
they have a
want
lot of outside business ventures, don't mean they
I
not.
don't want to hear it. You are an employee of the Los Angeles Dodgers, and LeBron is an employee of whichever team he decides he's going to. Oh, who's going to get a chance to sign me this time?
You know he a hired hand. Come on now.
Don't nobody want you. What you gonna win any more championships?
Right,
So
right.
football. I can't. When we talking about this, I can't compare it to football because in football
Football's a
the
different.
owners are boss.
I got you. And in the
Baseball,
NBA, the players run the NBA.
and
And in
baseball.
baseball, who runs baseball? Owner or
The
player?
player.
The players. Okay.
I think so. And they about to prove it.
Well, Ed, here's. Uh, it's not conflicting, but there were players, Skeens, Soto, Bryce Harper, and somebody else speaking against the salary cap.
Yeah, Manny. I was saying Manny Machado too.
Man, Mitch, okay, here's the issue. That's like me having a company and my top employee is speaking against a cap. Of course, Manny and Soto are going to speak against the cap. Look at what they're making. They're not good examples to speak against it. Soto makes over 50 million. Why would he want a cap? He's supposed to say that. It's robotic. Now it holds more weight with Skins because he hasn't been fed his contract yet,
Mm-hmm,
but
hmm
he's about to be. Somebody
hmm
gonna pay him
hmm
40 a year, so
hmm
maybe it's not. In other words, you got the highest paid athletes in your sport saying we don't want a salary cap. Yeah, no, duh. Let me hear from a mid-level player
hmm
who's
hmm
being threatened to be sent down to AAA and use an option. I want to
hmm
hear from him.
hmm
Not the
hmm
dude at 50, 55,
hmm
60, 62.
hmm
No.
hmm
Uh,
hmm
you'd
hmm
be sit down in the corner, be quiet. You're saying what you're supposed to say.
Right.
Be honest with you, I haven't heard any of your owners speak on it.
hmm
Um, they are so far apart. I heard in all baseball negotiations the past several union contracts that have ended, this is the farthest they've ever been apart.
Yeah, yeah. It won't be opening day. The season. I'm pretty sure the season's not going to start on time. If they have a
Yeah, no,
season,
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear
it,
that.
it won't. It won't be an opening day.
I don't want to hear that.
Mm-mm. They locked in, and this is not a bluff. I'm sure plenty of the owners want it. Not all of them. Some of the extremely rich don't want it, and some of the extremely poor don't want it for reasons that we just stated.
Right.
But some the other teams may want it. So what's that? Half and half, and then all of the players don't want it. No, we opening day. Find something else to do.
They better have opening day. That's big and be more. I ain't messing with them. They better come to an agreement.
Okay.
They don't want me to get involved there. All right. Just telling you. All this money flying around.
Hmm.
This guy here on one of the Locked On baseball series I was watching ran
Hmm.
numbers just from Yankees and Dodgers
Hmm.
to high profile, internationally known teams.
Hmm.
And he's like, the Dodgers have the highest payroll at 350, something like that.
Okay.
So there's a luxury tax.
Hmm.
So there is a penalty. It's called a soft cap.
Right.
They there's something called operational costs. What it costs just to run your stadium for 160, 81 home games, or most, however much Dodger Stadium is used during the season when the Dodgers aren't there.
Hmm.
They actually operating in a negative on operational costs at almost every Major League Baseball stadium.
Okay.
This stadium costs this much from employees, gas, light, electric, sewage, water, lawn care, concessions, whatever.
Hmm.
The Dodgers operating on, I think he said like a negative 20, 25 million they lost on
Hmm.
operational costs.
Hmm.
But this isn't including advertising. You
Right.
know, baseball has I'm getting ready to say a timeshare of
Revenue
revenue
sharing.
sharing.
Hmm.
Each team for 25 got 110 million.
Right. Right.
So the Dodgers could clear the operational costs
Hmm.
and still clear 20 or 30 off revenue sharing. That's not
Now,
including what he get from everything else.
here's what the Dodgers are saying to some of those sorry teams. What are you all doing with that big fat check that you get every year? See, y'all see what we doing. We go out and sign Kyle Tucker, even though we don't even need him. Um,
You gonna stay on that Kyle Tucker
so what are the
about
Pirates?
80, 90 million a year, Ed, something like that?
What are the Pirates doing with the check that you all are getting because we are carrying the league? And this is what Jerry Jones was saying. Same thing. The Cowboys make more money than these other teams, so I should be able to keep. No, that's not the way it works. Once again, the NFL runs theirs correctly. Now, here's what I'm not trying to get off topic, but
Right,
here's
I got
a
you.
basic fundamental question that I would ask anybody that loves baseball, all what is it, 30 teams?
30, yeah.
Let's just ask this question. Is regardless of which side you're on,
Mm-hmm.
is the is the playing field level in Major League Baseball when it comes to now we know it's level in football. Once again, that's why in football, a team like the Green Bay Packers, who
Kansas City's
I
Kansas City's an incredible small market. They
Uh,
don't
the, the,
market
um,
size don't matter.
and we're Baltimore. We are average size. We're not big or small.
They include the DMV in with the B more. Right.
There is no way the Green Bay Packers should have been able to acquire Micah Parsons and then pay him. Somebody that used to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I know. I
Right.
mean, if those two teams were in baseball, it's no way that trade happens.
I got you. I got
You understand what
Baseball's
I'm
run
saying?
like it. They run like a
So
well-oiled machine.
yeah.
They are.
So is baseball is the playing field level? Of course not. I mean, any reasonable person would have to admit, Mill, it's not. And that's one reason why I know you don't like Tampa Bay, but I like Tampa Bay. But it's to me, it's amazing what they're able to do every year with
Right.
their payroll and their scouting department and their coaches and comparing them to the Dodgers of course, if Tampa play, let's say they make it to the World Series and play against the Dodgers, the Dodgers gonna curb stomp them. They can't beat the Dodgers, but in my book, what Tampa is doing is way more impressive than the Dodgers just writing blank checks.
All right. I got you. One of the issues I lean toward. I'm gonna speak on the other side now for the salary cap. is because it helps teams out that are hurt for things they have no control over,
Hmm.
which is climate and weather.
Okay.
Of course, if you have two teams, one on the East Coast, and the Dodgers or the Giants or the Anaheim Angels in California,
Hmm.
and they're paying the same amount of money, even with the tax structure, you're going to take the California money.
Hmm.
People gravitate to weather. Well, I can't help that Chicago was cold in September. I can't help that BMO gets a little chilly during the World Series in October.
Hmm.
The cap helps balance it for teams and zones
Hmm.
that they don't have any control over. We don't have any
Hmm.
control over the weather. I
Uh,
should be punished because I'm in the Mets, the Yankee, or any East Coast team in
hmm.
October and I want to go to a World Series. Because I'm telling you right
Hmm.
now, Orioles make a World Series in the next 5 years. The home games in October, they're gonna be cold.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you can't get over it.
Hmm.
The winter's settling in, you're in the middle of the fall, it's going to be chilly. You
Hmm.
can't help that. I think the cap is gonna balance that.
Well, I don't think I'm on the record,
Mhm.
saying that they're going to come up with some little job compromise, but it, it's
Not
not going
that,
to it's not going to be an actual salary cap. Even basketball, like you said, has a soft, you can go over it and what pay a tax or whatever, but they
man.
got,
But you say it like the tax,
oh
the
yeah, it's pretty,
in
yeah,
baseball, the luxury tax penalty is like
it's ridiculous.
30,
I
40,
understand
50
that.
million.
Yeah, I understand that. But at least basketball has something. What I'm saying is baseball is not going. The players not standing for it. They willing to miss games. See, NFL players not trying to miss
The
paychecks.
way it's set up, then And I'm gonna be honest with you, I think only the top tier players are willing to miss games. Dylan Beavers, he ain't trying to miss no games.
He's going to be outvoted.
Blaze Alexander, I'm naming the Oriole my mid-level. Or they not
He
trying to miss no
they
game.
they belong to a union. What they going to do? Cross the picket line to be a scab? No, that's not going to happen.
Right.
There will be opening day. Well, if we're fortunate, they'll start the season maybe in June. That's if we're fortunate. That's my prediction.
You mean right before the All-Star break?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Hey, that's ridiculous. Oh
I'm
no.
This
I
is a
got used to
sport.
kickback on that.
This is a
Because
sport.
everybody's gonna be losing money.
Now look, this is a sport
Uh-huh.
that there is no. It's a famous trivia question. It's the punchline. We all have used it. Who is the 1994 World Series champion?
There is
There
none.
is none. They can.
I'm gonna say
Neil,
by
with,
Thanksgiving, no later than Christmas.
I kept saying, "Oh, they going come on, they going to come together." They go, and I was sitting there waiting for both sides, and they dug their heels and said, "We are willing to cancel the World Series to get what we want." I said,
Well,
"Okay."
baseball starts, as we know, in late March, early April.
Hmm.
So I'm saying we are now in July.
Hmm.
The season will be over in October.
Hmm.
I, everybody's all in a festive mood around the holiday. I
Hmm.
think by January 1st, they're gonna have this bad boy wrapped up. What you
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
June, the season gonna be 52% over by then.
It probably should be cut down some anyway.
Okay, fair enough. Which is another whole podcast, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Whew. So ultimately, I hate to be torn. Um, I've given reasons both that they should have one for the owners.
Hmm.
Not having one benefits the players.
Hmm.
Uh, be honest with you, when it comes to the salary cap issue, I don't want to hear from Bryce Harper and Juan Soto. I really
Hmm.
don't. You are the top 1% of paid in Major League Baseball history, not just now, ever.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you're saying what you're supposed to say. I want to hear from the dude that's about to be sent down.
Right,
Hear
right.
from the regular guy. Yeah,
Hmm.
right. But I still like Bryce Harper. I'm still a fan. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to this, you just say what you're supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, whether they, if the salary cap provides a competitive balance
Mm-hmm.
and provides us with an unknown, like right now, despite what the Dodgers are doing, I like the Milwaukee Brewers like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like the only way I'm going to pick against the Dodgers is if somebody just goes out and beats them. Until I see it, I
Right.
think the Dodgers are going to win it again this year.
Right.
I can't do that in basketball and football. I can't
Right.
tell you who's going. It's no way you told me the Seahawks. I know Seahawks fans down here in Florida that was like, "Oh,
Exactly.
you make the wild
Exactly.
card, we'd be happy."
Right. Right.
What are you talking
Mm-hmm.
about?
Mm-hmm.
I like the unknown. Baseball
Mm-hmm.
doesn't provide me an unknown.
It doesn't. It doesn't provide that.
It's five teams, three in one league, maybe two in the other, or three and three. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. The other
Mm-hmm.
24, you scratching for crumbs off the
Spinning
table,
their wheels.
spinning their wheels. I don't like that. I like
Mm-hmm.
an unknown. NFL provides unknown. NBA has a different champion for like the past 12 championships around us. Something like that. It's ridiculous.
And by the way, in
Uh-oh.
conclusion, one thing that doesn't make these, there are plenty of things that don't make the players look good in this situation, but one thing that really doesn't make them look good, you know how much money Jalen Brunson left on the table so that he could make sure that he had excellent teammates because he wanted to win a championship. He really took, he could have demanded way more money from the
I
Knicks.
respect Jalen Brunson a lot.
Hmm.
I respect him a lot.
I
And
mean,
now, you know what's that at?
at some point, man, you got to stand for something other than the almighty dollar, man.
Right, right. Well, you mentioned Troy Aikman a couple podcasts ago that you
Hmm.
have to make some decisions that aren't money based. You have to make some that are just based off of what's healthy for the league. You can't just be go for the hired hand, the highest
Hey, if
bid.
look, if you just whoever's got the money, whoever's got the money,
Right.
that basically makes you a streetwalker. One of these girls. I mean, I hate to say
You
it, man,
said a straight
but
walker.
if two cars pull up to her,
Uh-huh.
whichever guy has the most money, that's who
She
she's going
go.
to
You know what?
go.
This is
I
a
mean,
kid friendly show. Now let me stop.
I mean, that's basically what it is. And that's what Troy was saying. But he's obviously on TV. He's not going to put it the way I did. I
Right,
don't
right.
care.
Okay. I got you. Well, this is going to be an interesting. I'm going to be following this very closely. I'm sure you will be too. We get into our episode next week. Uh, we're going to see where it all. But it may be no movement. I don't want the new year to come in and they still beefing because these boys got to work out. If the players feel like there's no resolution, they're not going to work out.
Mhm.
We're going to have elbows getting torn, labor's
Mhm.
getting
Yeah.
busted.
I didn't
There's
even think
people to
about.
be sitting and enjoying family or doing whatever they do.
I forgot. I didn't even think about that.
They need to work.
Mhm.
So if they be like, oh, it's no labor. If Christmas come and go and they had not agreeing on anything, ain't
Mhm.
nobody gonna be working out. We're gonna have a bunch of injuries in March. So I don't want to see that. January 1st, I'm saying it here on wax. Okay, next we're gonna get into this Jalen Brown thing next, Eddie. So we're gonna parlay
Okay.
into that.
Mhm.
I love Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
I really do. Um, it's not even for me a matter of well, first of all, this is a stretch. Me saying I love a Celtic because you know how I feel about
Mhm. Yeah.
the city,
Yeah.
the
Right.
Red Sox, the Patriots. I don't like anything that comes out of the state of Massachusetts.
Right.
I don't watch hockey, but I don't like the Boston Bruins either.
Don't like. Right. Mhm.
Anything.
Mhm.
But after I'm gonna go back to some history. After listening to a lot of professional black athletes talk about their experiences in that city.
Yep.
Awful. D. Brown,
Mhm.
Kendrick Perkins, all will tell you, man, we had the
Marcus
money was
Smart.
great.
CC
If it was
Sabathia.
what?
Look, it's a long list.
So I'm gonna use that part And we don't dodge money issues on this podcast. We don't dodge colorism. We don't dodge discrimination. If it's happening, we gotta talk about it.
Yep.
How do you take? Now I don't know if Jalen took less money.
Oh no, he make a grip.
Here's the issue. Well, I think Boston is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily who you got in exchange for Jalen Brown. You
Mm-hmm.
got Paul George.
Mm-hmm.
I like Paul George, but Ed, he's done.
He's
You
36.
gave up, huh?
He's 36.
I didn't know he was that old.
Hmm.
He got a quarter ticket gas left. You gave up a top 5 player, maybe
At
by
least,
some. I'll be generous
at
and say
least, at least top 10. At least top 10.
absolutely for Paul George. So he was that much of a pain to you, where you just ditched Roger Clemens for Kiko
Hmm.
Garcia.
Hmm.
Are you kidding me? He made that much of a fuss, and Jalen is very active socially outside the court.
Outspoken.
That bothers some pale skins
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
Yes, it does.
And he does it without being loud,
Right.
rude, ignorant,
Mhm.
or violent.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why I love him. Because you ain't
Mm-hmm.
going me, I may be a little loud, a little more violent than him.
Mm-hmm.
But he does it with intelligence.
Yep.
You quote Colin Cowherd a lot
Mm-hmm.
sometimes in our podcast and when we face to
Mm-hmm.
face. I'm never gonna listen to that. And I haven't listened to him in years. The only
Mm-hmm.
way I know what he says is when you tell me.
Okay.
But this came across my timeline on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
How he tried to spin it like Jalen Brown was a locker room problem.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like he always thought he was the smartest guy in the room. I've been in circles where you talk to that guy, I feel like he gotta know everything.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
talk to people who are in them same rooms, they say the
Mm-hmm.
opposite.
Mm-hmm.
He's quiet. He's not the smartest. He literally probably is the smartest guy in the room, but he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't act like it if you talk to
Mm-hmm.
some players. So me listening to a white boy talk
Mm-hmm.
about a highly intelligent black man,
Mm-hmm.
he act like he the smart. Have you seen Colin and the way he interacts with some when he used to be on the other network?
Mm-hmm.
He used to get calls in.
Mm-hmm.
He was always very demeaning,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes borderline disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to act like you were the smartest guy in the room in your
Right.
stupid
Right.
show where you got the Fox.
That's surprising. I've heard him say positive things about Jalen Brown. So I don't know what maybe he was in a
I
mood.
heard it. What's today? Thursday, maybe a day or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't it was not a ringing endorsement. And he
Right.
doesn't have to give Jalen Brown a ringing endorsement.
Mm-hmm.
But to hear a white boy
Mm-hmm.
talk about a highly intelligent black man and him being smart is a problem,
Mm-hmm.
dude, you serious?
Okay,
You said
a couple of things. First of all, the Red Sox, the Celtics, like you said, they're in for a rude awakening. Jason Tatum is not going to win any championships without Jalen Brown.
of course, actually, when they were at that peak, which is now, I would have taken Jalen Brown over Tatum.
Many people like myself say that.
I'm telling you, I would have.
I
Tatum is a better scorer, but overall player, he can't do what Jalen Brown does.
Brown is a better defender. They both can handle the ball. And by some strange coincidence, when they won their championship, Jalen was the finals MVP, not Jason Tatum.
I didn't know that, Ed. Good nugget. That's why you're
look, bro. Tatum is the one that gets all the commercials, all the endorsements. I would have felt a little better if he won the finals MVP. Jalen Brown won the finals MVP.
He's a better player.
Mm-hmm.
He's a better player.
Now, here's the controversial part.
Okay.
All right. You know that old expression, if you're white, you're right. If you're brown, stick around. If you're black, stay back. You ever heard it? Okay.
No, you didn't.
I don't know what it is about light-skinned people that they just love them. Jason Tatum does and says all the right things. And I'm not trying to come down. I don't know the man. Actually, I don't really dislike Jason Tatum. He's never really done any terrible things, where I would say, man, I can't stand him.
He's a good face of the league player for the
He's
NBA.
one of these face of the league players. That's exactly what he is. And Jaylen Brown's face that's not quite what we're looking for. And
Not marketable.
as a dark-skinned person, I can relate. Now, let me give you some examples showing where that's a factor in the decision making or who we're going to keep. Obviously, we got to keep um uh in Hollywood, in society in general.
Hmm.
Okay, take a comedy that we all loved very much, Martin. All right, all of us loved Martin.
Funny,
Which
hilarious.
one did they choose of the two girls who are both of them are real good actresses? One they let be Martin's girlfriend. The other one is the very bitter, can't keep a man,
Oh,
the light skinned
yeah.
one, the dark
Oh
skinned one.
boy. Oh,
Now, what about a movie like The Wiz? Which one was the good witch and which one was the bad witch?
yeah.
Now people will say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. That's a coincidence." Yeah, okay. All right, you're right. I'm not gonna argue with you. There's
Uh,
something to it, bro.
I would argue it. Yeah, yeah, I would argue it.
There's
Okay.
something to it. They
The
when
Go
they
ahead.
see that light skin, they say, that's a little more acceptable. They're almost all color. So you can come in, you know. But you, no. And if we do allow you to be on our team, you need to keep quiet and shut up and dribble. Jalen Brown.
He's not a shut up and dribble.
He's not one of them. Robert Parrish was, all right. Cedric Maxwell, ML Carr, guys like that. Jalen Brown is not those
Not
guys.
shut up. Nor should he be. Nor should he be. That is the colorism and complexion thing definitely matters. I don't know how anybody could disagree with
Mhm.
it. Especially with this. We color us against ourselves as well. Might as well
Mhm.
address it. It's
Mhm.
not just the bosses.
Mhm.
We're stricken by colorism. We're stricken by it in our entertainment, our movies, our music videos, all. So that is an interesting point. I didn't look at it that way.
Mhm.
Tatum is more marketable. I'm sorry. For my team, for my dollar, I need Jalen Brown. I'm telling you, Philly is a finals contender.
And by the way, you mentioned that I just became a Sixers fan. Look, BJ been bugging me to go. Let's go to Philly and catch a
It's right
game.
up the road.
I might do that next year. I hope they win the championship. As a any passionate Celtics fans out there, they can say what they want. They are very angry that the Knicks just won the championship. And their other rival, if the Sixers win the championship, they are really going to be pissed. And I hope, as much as my wife can't stand Joel Embiid, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to deal with
My
her.
man don't like Joel.
Who can't stand Joel Embiid?
Is he from a rival tribe or
No,
something?
no, he's when she hears him talk, she just hears arrogance and I'm not even gonna get it. Everybody have their likes and dislikes,
I'm
but
a fan of Embiid. I ain't got no problem with him.
I hope the Sixers win the championship this year.
That would
I
be great.
really hope they do.
Rub it right in the Celtics'
Yep.
face.
Yep.
Rub it right in their face. Go, Jalen. I wish you nothing but the best in all your endeavors. Go Sixers, even though I'm not a Sixer. But I looked at their lineup. It all doesn't have to fall on Embiid now. Tyrese Maxey is a button star.
Mm-hmm.
Maxey can ball. Jalen Brown can ball. Now, Embiid, I'm not saying he can be just strictly a three. He shoots too many threes for me.
Mm-hmm. He
Um,
needs to spend more time inside. And you know who you forgot? The rookie, the boy. I don't know if you checked him out. Edgecombe. Look, by the way, the sneaky Celtics, they tried to include him in the trade. Philly was like, Phil. I heard Philly hung up the phone on him. And then Boston called back and said, okay, well, what can you do for us? All right, Paul. They was desperate. They wanted Jalen Brown out of town. Like you said, you taking Paul George, he gonna give you
and
30 games.
I don't care how outspoken a player is he helps you win. Winning is the most important stat. Are you P Dub? I mean Paul. I'm guessing Paul P. Paul George. They call him PG-13. Whatever.
Mhm.
He's not. They have gotten worse just from that one move.
Yep. Yep. Now they did get draft picks, but I hope.
That's not
And you know what?
helping you.
And I'm gonna tell you something else. Boston is well coached. If everybody stay healthy, they'll win another
Do
48,
you like Brad
49.
Stevens?
No, he's in the front office now. They've got the
Um,
guy, Missoula, whatever his name is. Boston is very, I mean, if you watch them play basketball, the way they share the ball and their IQ, see, that's why they won 50 games again this year, even with Tatum hurt.
right.
Nobody plays better team ball than the Celtics.
Okay.
But at some point, when the fourth quarter come and it's a tie game, you need your two superstars, and they had an advantage over most teams having. If Tatum having an off game, bam, here come Brown, and vice versa.
All right.
Now you get rid of one of them.
I'm sorry. They were better together. Them two cats coming into the season healthy, fully healthy, playing together. They were better together. Those two were a wicked tandem. This whole outspokenness and social issues, it's not enough to break up your team.
No, it is not. Man, I
It,
thought it was when I got home from work and saw that on TV. I thought I was reading it wrong. I really thought somebody made a mistake
right.
reporting this. Yeah, y'all check your sources or something. They did not just trade this man to their rival. Okay,
Yes, yes, they
I hope
did.
I hope they come back and bite them right. You know where?
I don't know about the matchups, but I can't wait till Jalen Brown has his first road game in Boston.
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
see if I can check that one out
Hmm. Hmm.
on TV and see what happens.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Go Jalen. Hope wish you the best. That's and we're gonna parlay into something that's grinded my gears. You know I'm big on my man Joey Porter Jr. And
Yes, you are.
and I know that's not exactly your favorite player.
I mean, he's a good player.
He is. He's a good player. No question about it. But ESPN released
I saw it.
that
He didn't make the top 10.
they had him at 12.
Hmm.
Now, Ed, I know because of his last name, he grinds you. He's not. That's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and remove personal feelings because
Hmm.
you know who I'm a fan of, and I know who you a fan of. Look at
Hmm.
the hat you
Hmm.
got on.
Hmm.
But 12. The
Um,
reason.
mhm.
Now hold that thought. Hold
Right.
that thought. The reason why that grinded my gears isn't even because that's somebody's opinion.
Hmm.
People have their opinions. He's in the contract negotiation,
Hmm.
and the Steelers brass and management could use that. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
issue, right? Joey hasn't been. He's in contract negotiations right now,
Hmm.
so they released him as being the 12th best cornerback in the middle of a contract negotiation. The timing
Hmm.
of it was awful. That's
Right.
the part that grinded my gears.
Got you. Okay.
They had guys like Cooper DeJean
Well,
ahead of
remember,
him.
I
Cooper
told you,
DeJean isn't even the best cornerback on his team.
yeah, but that's not his fault that he's got Kenyon Mitchell. He's nice too.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Uh, I'm not gonna knock Stingley for having a defensive line in front of him, but Cooper DeJean has a good defensive line in front of him too, and we
Yeah.
know that matters. However,
Mhm.
you put Cooper DeJean on number ones, and he's getting ripped to pieces. Trust me on this. He's getting tore down. I
Mhm.
can't watch Joey go up against Nico Collins, T.
Mhm.
Higgins,
Mhm.
uh, uh, not Alec Pierce in the call. I
Mhm.
can't see him go up against. Well, you getting the number two, and
Mhm.
you're ranked ahead of him. They had guys
Mhm.
like I know he's a Super Bowl champ, Devin Witherspoon. He's not better than Joey. What are you doing? If you wanted to put him at 10, I'd have been angry. But
Mhm.
out of the top
Mhm.
10, they had him
Mhm.
at 12. You can't
Well,
name 11 cornerbacks better than Joey.
well, look, let me just say this.
All right, go ahead.
Um, There's one way he can shut these people up, and you know what I'm about to say. They just ranked Lamar as the 69th best player in the
I saw
NFL.
that. Oh
So,
my!
and
I
you know
saw
what?
that. Ed.
I wasn't mad.
69.
I wasn't mad. To me, you know who's about to be mad? Lamar.
I know.
And that's the way it should be.
I
I
saw
wasn't
that.
mad. I don't. These people. I feel sorry for these people. It's summertime and there's nothing to write about. You know.
Ed, Lamar at 69.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Me,
saw. That's
I
ridiculous.
didn't even give it a second thought.
And another podcast or somebody released a stat just after Lamar being at 69 and 105.7 with Rob Long and the commissioner. And I forgot
Mhm,
the other dude with the big beard. I never remember his name.
mhm.
Um, they had Burrow ranked ahead of Lamar in quarterback rankings.
Okay.
And one of the three of one on 105.7 asked a relevant question.
Mhm,
Why does Lamar get criticized more than Burrow when Burrow misses more time than Lamar? Burrow missed
mhm,
5 more games than Lamar did last year.
mhm, mhm,
It seems like Burrow gets a pass on his
mhm,
injuries.
mhm,
Yes, he went to the Super Bowl in 22. He
mhm,
lost it, but he hasn't
mhm.
sniffed anything the past 3 seasons.
Missed the playoffs 3 straight years.
3 straight years. And so I think I call it the pick and choose. I know some Jacksonville Jaguars fans down here, and this had to be brought to my attention, where the media, public, private, and social, are harder on Trevor Lawrence. Do you know who
Mhm.
Jacksonville Jaguars fans compare that to? Who they don't like? Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Justin Herbert is 0-3 in the playoffs, and his margin of victory is 3 touchdowns. He's
Mhm,
not losing 3-0,
mhm,
10.
mhm.
He's getting blown out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't know that because the media doesn't talk about it.
Right. Right.
So
They
the
definitely
Jaguars fan,
promote.
what's that?
Now, I will say, let me say this about the Lamar thing, as opposed to Joey.
Okay.
Lamar, that's NFL Network. The players vote on that, the top 100. Joey was ESPN, and they asked executives, general managers, scouts. They ask everybody anonymously, but these top 10 lists from ESPN. That's executive, scouts, coaches, you know,
Okay.
and they and
So
not
not the
only did it.
players, the
No,
manager.
it's not. It's no players. It's personnel people.
Okay.
So not only do they give their opinion, but they also give a little nuggets and tidbits and explain why they feel the way they do.
I got you. Well,
Um,
if they want to, if I call management middle and upper,
mhm.
want to put Lamar at 69.
Well, no, that's the players. The With Lamar, and that's what I'm saying to you. That's the
I thought,
NFL top 100. The players vote on that. The
oh,
NFL top
the
100.
Joey one was
The
middle and
Joe
upper.
one is the
Oh,
exact.
okay. Well, I still
Mhm.
think they're wrong. But the issue is the reason why I thought the list was a little silly is because I can see if he's too close to them, and
Mhm.
I can see if Joey statistically was head and shoulders so far away. In
Mhm.
other words, when Patrick Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year
Mhm.
in 24, do you know how many
Mhm.
interceptions he had?
No.
4.
Okay.
That's like a really low number.
You
Like,
think so? Actually,
well,
for
compared to the cornerbacks we grew up watching,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
today's cornerback, that's right. So when I
We,
say low number, I'm talking generationally.
but you know what, man? We was talking about this a little bit the other day when you was over here. It depends on how many times they throw at him. 4 might be fair if
Uh-huh.
they don't throw at him that often. You know. Now, I remember when Antonio Cromartie used to get all those interceptions. He used to get burnt a lot, but he also, I give him credit. Sometimes he would get 9 or 10 interceptions. You know why? Because they wouldn't throw at Darrell Reeves. They were scared of Reeves.
I
You
got
know,
you.
so sometimes if a guy get 3 or 4 interceptions, that might be what he should get if
Okay.
that actually might be impressive if he's not being thrown at very often.
Right. I've seen a few uh Broncos games. I don't know if he has that flair that like a Darrell Revis or a Champ Bailey has. The boy's great. He got a DPOY. I
Mhm.
never he's and actually I think he deserved that defense player of the year. What he did, but I've never saw like the Broncos played the Bills in the playoffs. I didn't
Mhm.
see Josh going away from him. I didn't see that flair when cats avoided Rod for a while, when they avoided Dion. That's why I have to compare him to because he got a DPOY like
Mhm.
Dion and Rod. So once you
Mhm.
reach
Mhm.
that, that's the
Right,
comparison.
right.
Yes, he has some picks, but I don't see that avoidance. I
Mhm.
remember quarterback looking at Champ Bailey and going the other way during
Mhm.
the play. He like this.
Mhm.
Champ,
Mhm.
nope.
Mhm. Mhm.
Champ had
Mhm.
that flair.
Mhm.
Uh, so anyway, whether anybody feels he deserved a DPOI, I say he deserved it. I'm actually
Mhm.
glad to see somebody other than the edge rusher get the defensive player because
So yeah,
quarterback is my
right.
favorite
You're right.
position.
That was good. So look, where would you in top 10? Where would you rank Joey? Well,
I'm
top
going
10
to be
corner.
fair and objective. I wouldn't put him any lower than six or any higher than fifth. Fifth or sixth, I think is fair.
Interesting. Now
I can
remember.
name four, maybe five cornerbacks that are better than him, flat out
Mhm.
better. But
Mhm.
once you start getting into seven, eight, nine, and 10, Christian Gonzalez for Green Bay, Witherspoon for
Yeah,
Seattle.
Gonzalez
Uh,
played for he played for New England.
who?
You said Christian Gonzalez?
Oh, my bad. Yeah, Christian Gonzalez for New England. Wrong team, right person. Cooper, did you? Them three right there are not better than Joey.
Look,
I'm ready to debate
I
it.
would, I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Joey, but I would take Christian Gonzalez over Porter. I would. I really would.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Look. I don't have the list in front of me, but
Mhm,
when they
mhm.
had him at 12, I had about four or five that I thought,
Yeah, I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you on those points.
even if I
But
give you Christian Gonzalez,
mhm,
that's the defensive player of the year,
mhm,
Stingley, the boy from Houston,
mhm, right.
Christian Gonzalez,
Mhm.
uh,
What
the
about
boy
Mitchell?
Rams just got from
Trent McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie, that's
Mhm,
four,
mhm,
and maybe one more. But Joey's
mhm.
not going below six or
Okay,
seven.
I got
They
you.
put him
I
at
got
12.
I get well. I mean, you've made that point abundantly clear.
Look, I ran his numbers up against the top cornerbacks.
Mhm,
You know how you on a heart monitor and you barely
mhm.
alive, but you see that beep,
Right,
beep.
right, right.
Joey's in this.
Mhm,
Stingley,
mhm,
the
mhm.
only ones I put definitively, clearly above him are Stingley and Satang.
It's the same. Mhm,
Clearly, no question.
mhm.
I can make an argument for every other cornerback in the NFL.
Well, well, okay.
Every other one. I ain't got the numbers in front of me,
Mhm,
but
mhm,
now if they'd have had him at seventh, I got shut up.
mhm, mhm.
But they really grinded me because they negotiating and they had him at 12. And I don't know if Omar Khan and them going to try to use that against him to cut some
Yeah,
of his money.
I,
That's
I think when it comes to negotiations, the important thing is your ratings. You know the way they rate everything. You
uh,
know the like I said, the penalties are down. I think he's given up literally one touchdown in his career, if I'm
yeah,
not mistaken.
that's absolutely in 3 years he's given up one head.
One. So you're right. I would have him in the top 10. I'm not sure exactly where.
Uh-huh.
There, like you said, there's a few of them I would take over him.
Hmm.
Um, I don't get a chance to see Jalen Johnson for the Bears all the time,
He's good.
and the boy for Atlanta, AJ Terrell. I see. I
Okay.
don't. They don't show these teams all the time.
I got you.
Um,
I got you.
but Joey's in our division, so I see him a lot.
A
You
lot.
know.
Right, right,
You
right.
know.
Okay.
So hey.
The boy has really carved out a name for himself. I would hold the lack of interceptions against him, but I
Mhm.
think it's generational. We've talked about it. Sauce doesn't have an interception since his rookie year.
Yeah.
Total interceptions, Stingley, I think, has just two more than Joey. Those numbers on, I'm looking at coverage stats, quarterback ranking against, it's no gap. It's no gap between Joey and a lot of these top cornerbacks.
No, I'm
I'm gonna tell you
interceptions.
where he's weak at.
That's one of the things that as a matter of fact, if you getting a lot of interceptions, that might mean that the quarterbacks are not scared of you.
Right.
That's the way I look at it. Look, I remember one year this boy for the Patriots, Kyle Arrington, I think his name was. He got like 9 or 10 interceptions. Nobody knows who he is. I wonder why he got 9 or 10
They kept
interceptions.
someone to his side.
And to his credit, and with Belichick's coaching, Belichick made sure he was in the right spot. And I can't remember if that was the same time that they had Stephon Gilmore there on the other side,
Okay.
who won
Lockdown.
a defensive player of the year.
Lockdown Gilmore.
Yeah. So,
Lockdown.
mhm,
Lockdown. That should have been his nickname, Lockdown.
mhm.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
But look, I mentioned earlier about cornerbacks who have that flair. Uh, Joey doesn't have that flair. I'm gonna be honest with you. Quarterbacks aren't avoiding him. That I don't know if he has that. I gave you my top 5 cornerbacks of all time last week.
Mhm.
Those 5 guys, I remember quarterbacks coming to the line, yelling that cadence,
Mhm.
looking over there, and then looking away to
Mhm.
see what else they had.
Mhm.
Joey doesn't have that.
No.
Uh, I've seen, and you get into some other cornerbacks like Aqib Talib, who was really good.
Mhm.
There are quarterbacks like Ben, who
Mhm.
didn't care who the number one was. He's throwing in that direction. That's why I respect it. Some quarterbacks don't care who you are.
Mhm.
Peyton Manning was like that. He would target the number one cornerback.
Mhm.
Targeted the cornerback. You know who else did? The boy in Kansas City. Mahomes don't
Mhm.
avoid nobody.
Mhm. Mhm.
So some of these quarterbacks out here don't care who you are. But
Mhm.
I'm looking at Joey. He doesn't have that, I call it the avoidance factor.
Right. Right. Okay.
Quarterbacks avoided Dion. They avoided
Mhm.
Roberts. They avoided
Mhm.
Darrell Reeves and Champ Bailey. He doesn't have it, but he's not
Yeah.
the only cornerback that doesn't have it.
Well,
So I got
at,
Dragon
at,
Point. I gotta get them.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Uh-huh.
that's a real slippery slope. Avoid, because
Right.
if I have, well, Cincinnati might not even be a good example, because even though Chase makes a lot of money, but Higgins makes a lot of money too. So I'll use Minnesota as an example. Justin Jefferson. Now they got a good number 2 receiver, Jordan
Jordan.
Addison, but
Yeah, he's
he's
a Maryland boy.
clearly a number 2. He's not a number 1 receiver. If I'm paying Justin Jefferson the money I'm paying him, I gotta throw the ball to him. I cannot. If we play in Pittsburgh
Mm-hmm.
and they go, oh well, Joey Porter's on Justin Jeff. I don't care. I gotta get Justin involved in the game. I
Right.
can't, I can't. And if Joey shut him down, then God bless him.
No, you're
But
right.
the
You know,
money,
I love Joey, but that's not going to happen.
yeah. So well, I'm just using that as an example. Like the money, and once again, I know you get on me for talking about the money sometimes, but
Uh-huh.
because the salary cap is what it is, I'm paying Justin Jefferson for 6 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm paying him for. I
Right.
can't go into halftime and he only got 1 catch. That can't happen. We're going to lose. So it got to be my best against your best.
I got you.
Justin against Joey. So that might explain why some of these quarterbacks don't avoid, as good as Joey is, he's not Dion. Yeah, they
No.
avoided Dion,
Yeah.
but nobody Joey is going to be up for guys like Joey to make these quarterbacks pay. You need to start avoiding me. That make them pay for not avoiding.
Right. I got you. Hey, by his own admission, he's a little handsy and not in a good way.
Mhm, mhm.
And he gotta start
When,
not just deflecting it.
when are y'all gonna pay him?
JC Horn, Joe Horn's son,
Mhm,
is at about 25. So he's gonna get more than that. If
mhm,
that cornerback is at 25, Joey's more than 25.
mhm, mhm,
But the highest paid, I think, is either Stingley. I forgot who the other one. It's only two 30s out there.
mhm,
One
uh-huh,
at 30, the other one 30.
mhm,
Um, everybody got a raise.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, again, is worth is objective. So I don't know, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. This length, the longer it goes, the better it is for Joey.
Obviously.
He could come in at 32, 33. Now he's not the best cornerback, but by the time this is over with,
Mm-hmm.
he
He'll
could be
be the highest paid.
he could be and be honest with you, they got it. They could
Mm-hmm.
pay him
Mm-hmm.
32, 33 and it not hurt that cap, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just telling you, they could
Mm-hmm.
still make 2 or 3 more moves to free up more cap room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're still in a pretty good cap
Like,
situation.
like cutting Patrick Queen, for example. I had to slip that in.
Well, and that's not going to happen. They gave him a roster bonus of 14
Hey,
million in March.
okay. All right. Hey,
He's
go
on
ahead.
the team, all right.
Hey,
Goodness,
hey,
y'all don't
that's good.
believe.
That's
Wait,
good news for me.
you know he saved some of his best games for y'all, right?
Hey, yeah, you're right. That's the only time he have
He
a good
didn't
game.
play like that for everybody else, okay?
Exactly. Exactly.
Goodness, this is absolutely ridiculous. You a damn fool. All right, time to transition. Our O's
Mm-hmm.
swept
In City, right?
Kansas City, and we won our last game of the series against the Cubs, who are really good, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that Pete Crow Armstrong. Does he ever get
Yeah.
out? I don't know. Maybe he just went 10 for
Yeah,
10.
he'll be. Mm-hmm.
He's ridiculous. What do we have to look forward to from our O's in the second half of the year, Eddie? We just picked up another pitcher too. That was DFA.
If the offense was more consistent, because I have no problem with the starting rotation right now.
We're in full swing. And I don't have no problem with, for the most part, the bullpen. Our
Mm-hmm.
bullpen compared to a lot of others, we're not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Rico Garcia's took a bit of a dip.
Mm-hmm.
But Wolfram, the big beard,
Yeah.
Kittredge,
Kittredge.
Tyler Wells,
Mm-hmm.
those three are carrying our bullpen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Those guys are doing great. Tyler Wells out there look like he's trying to.
What about Cano? How's he been doing?
Oh, he was
He's
almost
been.
in an All-Star game. How can I forget Cano? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
been a staple for us
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for the past couple of years. Those
Mm-hmm.
four are carrying us, and we don't have a closer. We close it by committee.
Mm-hmm.
Blaze broke his hand. Now we're gonna.
Mm-hmm.
We were already third base by committee before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mayo at third. What are we gonna do at third? We had questions before he hurt himself.
Mm-hmm. I told you. I just want them to finish over 500. That's my goal. I don't see how they could. They would. Okay, what are they still like 5 games under, something like that?
5 was.
I think they're 5 games under 500. Mill, they would have to, if they got that last wild card spot, they would have to win. They got 39 wins.
Because we actually, after the All-Star break, we're a little more than halfway through the season.
That's another problem. I'm glad you brought that up.
We're
because back in the day, it used to be the All-Star break was almost exactly the middle of the season.
81.
Now they've played almost 100 games. You only talking like 61 or 62 games left. That's not a lot of time. So they would have to really play. I would say the
35,
rest of the rest of the season, they might have to play at a pace like to finish 13. From here on out, they would have to be 13 or 14 games over 500. I think something like that, and I don't think that's going to happen, Bill.
Well,
and that's
they only a few games out of the last wild card spot.
Yeah, I know, but that's deceiving because the American League is so bad. So what I'm saying to you is to get to, let's say they need to finish 8 games over 500. All right,
That's now 13 game swing.
Right now they're 5 under. So you see what I'm saying to you?
I got you. The sooner we get to 500, the better.
I've been saying it. I told you, call me when they get to 500.
You did.
And you still haven't called me.
Every time we get a little bit of a bump, we hit some losing. We win
Exactly.
4, we lose 3. We win 2, we lose 4.
And that shows you that they're not that good because, like you just said, the Red Sox just had a 9-game winning streak. Actually, they passed Toronto. They in third place now.
Wow.
So
Well, and
how?
the Red Sox are actually loaded. They actually a good team. They weren't doing anything. They have more talent than we do. They supposed to would do that. Do you know what that payroll is? They up there with Padres,
Right,
and,
right.
and
Okay,
they spending. When they were doing bad, I was just enjoying it. I didn't expect it to last.
okay.
The
Well,
Red
all
Sox
right.
are spending.
Forget about the Red Sox. The entire except for those few teams that you mentioned, the entire major leagues is average. Everybody is either at 500 or they're 1 or 2 games under or 1 or 2 games over.
I know.
So the Orioles can't even be average in an average league.
I know.
They are below average. So
Yeah.
as soon as they get to 500,
Well, we're gonna have to get there by the end of July.
all right.
If we go into August 1st and we still teetering around 4, 5 games under, then maybe it'd be time to sell.
And
Either you
you,
buys or sellers at the trade deadline. Ed.
and you know what's really a shame? This would have been the perfect year to dominate the American League. With the
It's
Yankees, the
Judge
Yankees
is
have
out hurt. The Red
they
Sox aren't that good. The Blue Jays reeling from whatever it is makes them mad.
hangover from
This is
last year.
right for the
Yeah.
pick. Be right for the
Mhm.
pick.
And Tampa has, they do something. They even though they do some things right, they've got holes.
And not only that, regardless, I mean, if you exclude the year in 2021 when we played them 18 times and we went 1-17 against them,
Mm,
since 22 we've battled Tampa. I'm including that World Series year. I'm including last year and this year. We've played them 6 times. We 3-3.
mhm,
We don't fear Tampa. We
mhm,
ball with Tampa.
mhm,
So I know they got almost 60 wins and they're going to get 60 before we get 50. That's fine.
mhm,
But when we play them next,
mhm.
we're not worried about them. We
Right.
battle our division. Our problem is I always felt the bottom feeders. We got two to
Mhm,
three got to take it from us from Anaheim. That loss
mhm,
on Sunday, we didn't talk about it. I'm like, what are they? I'm
mhm.
still irritated about it.
You can't.
Losses like that are the reason you don't make the playoffs. It's not.
Mhm,
It's not getting
mhm.
3 out of 4, 2 out of 3 taken from the Cubs. The
Right.
Cubs are a
Right.
deep run NLCS team.
Mhm.
It's getting 2 out of 3 taken from Anaheim. When we play
Yep.
Colorado, they may take 2 or 3 from. We're not
Yep.
taking care of the bottom feeders. That was
Mhm.
always my issue.
Mhm.
Always my issue.
I agree.
Speaking of baseball, I sent you a couple pictures a couple days ago. Did you get them?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Alvin, as you was on the plane with him.
Albanese, we had just a few second quick chat. The reason I didn't asked to get a picture taken with him is because he's with his 2 young boys, his
Oh,
wife.
okay.
I think he got
Mhm,
3 kids. That's his
mhm,
personal time, and I know how I
mhm.
am about my privacy.
Right. Right.
The thing is, because he is essentially an unknown, especially in Florida, he just looks like a
Mhm.
regular guy with his family.
Mhm. Oh, okay. All
When
right.
I got on, he was sitting there and said, "Hey, coach," and he looked at me like, "Man, somebody knows who I am." Nobody knows who Craig Albanese is. We
Right.
do. I said,
Right.
"Hey,
Right.
coach, been an Oriole since the mid '70s. I
Mhm,
watch every game down here in Orlando. Well, we were leaving BWI. He was
mhm,
enjoying his All-Star break in Orlando,
mhm,
which is where I
mhm,
live. I don't know where he was going."
mhm, mhm.
He said, "Oh, okay, good day." And then when we got off the flight, the pictures I sent you, he was putting some stuff in the overhead bin.
Yeah. I see.
First
Mhm,
class, of course. Well, I sit with the
mhm,
commoners.
mhm,
But then when we got off the flight, he's standing there waiting for his wife, because I think she had that daughter. And I went up and fist bumped him, and he fist bumped me back.
Oh, that's good.
And he's standing there, he nodded his head, I nodded my head.
Mhm,
I went like that.
mhm,
I said, I watch every Oriole game down here in Central Florida. Go O's. He's like, "Oh, good to hear." And he got because he's from
mhm.
Boston. We just
Right.
finished
Right.
talking about that.
Mhm.
So
Right.
he's
Right.
like, "Good
Right.
to hear." I went my way, he went his way, and that was it. Solid dude, cool dude. I
Mhm,
like Al.
mhm. Yeah, I hope they turn it around. I told you. I just want them over 5. I want them in the hunt. Sunday night baseball, they play that night the same day as the Ravens home opener.
Who do they play?
So I forgot.
Okay.
But they're here, and that's what caught my attention. The fact that the traffic attendants it's going to be a mess downtown trying to get the Ravens
Sunday night
fans out.
baseball and
Yeah,
the Ravens
and then the
opening home
Orioles
game at 1 o'clock or prime
one,
time.
one o'clock. And then the Orioles game that evening at 7 or 7:30 or whatever. Yeah. So I like when stuff like that happens.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we need
but
economy, baby. Bring that money.
but I don't want for the Orioles to be out of it and people forget all about them and everybody will be talking about the Ravens home opener.
I got you. Good point, man. Orioles Sunday night, prime time. Ravens opener. Oh man.
Mhm. Now, I think baseball schedule comes out first. They could have maybe they could have done something different with the Ravens home opener, you know, rather than them. But it's going to be what it is. You know, it's going to be on the same day, same city. You know, just hours apart. So they're just going to have to deal with downtown.
Yeah.
They're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to deal
It's
with
not
it.
going away.
All right. Well, Eddie,
Yep.
I think that's a wrap, bro.
Yeah.
I
Sounds
think
good.
that's a
Man.
wrap.
Great as always. Awesome.
Yeah. Good topics. Good time. It was good seeing you last weekend.
Good seeing you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So just leave the phone up until I done download. You know
All
the
right.
routine. All right.
Got it.
Talk to you next week.